anxious and frustrated. Less than 2 weeks ago, residents living near chromium contaminated sites in Jersey City learned that the state DEP had rejected their request to adopt a stricter exposure standard for the pollutant found in their neighborhoods. And as environment correspondent Ed Rogers reports, they're also upset about the possibility of even more contamination.
Severn and Joyce Willis have a nice view of the Statue of Liberty from their Jersey City neighborhood, but it's the view of the chromium-contaminated PPG Industries site on Garfield Avenue that troubles them. New Jersey has entered into an agreement with the company to clean up the old industrial brownfield. In April, DEP scientists recommended reducing the human exposure standard for hexavalent chromium in soil from 20 to 1 part per million. But on June 12th, the DEP rejected a petition from community groups here to adopt that tougher standard that would have set the stage for more stringent cleanups. You talk to residents living near one of these chromium-contaminated sites, and they react with disbelief and anger over the DEP's decision not to quickly adopt a stricter exposure standard.
I'm raising my kids in the middle of chromium infected. I mean, it's crazy. I think they should. I mean, absolutely. There's no buts about it.
The DEP has said it wants to conduct more studies with the idea of adopting a new cleanup standard by early 2011.
The 1 part per million is a consensus standard to protect public health, and DEP's asked for another year to study it, and that's not acceptable.
Residents in this neighborhood also blame local officials for going along with the cleanup agreement for this site.
What the council voted for was to reduce the amount of chromium in our community. It's not cleanup. So actually, Ward F was sold out.
Concern about the chromium contamination grew even more today. 2 citizens groups working independently say test results from samples of material taken from 1 of 3 abandoned drums and a lot across the street from the PPG site showed levels of chromium 30 times higher than the state safety level. The groups say the discovery is symbolic of the DEP's inattention to the problem.
The area over there is wide open to exposure, and the people in Ward F are breathing death every single day.
State DEP officials say they have not been notified about the discovery yet. Ed Rogers, NJN News, Jersey.